G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Kishan, and today's video I'm going to be talking to you about how you can achieve your goals. Look, all of us set ourselves up with goals at some point in life. You know, the classic New Year's resolution that gets repeated every single year. Or maybe it's a career goal, or a fitness goal, or a relationship goal. You know, as humans, we love to set ourselves up with goals. Today's video, I'm going to talk to you about an effective goal setting process and a plan that's going to be in place that will help you to achieve those goals. And today's video is actually going to be an interactive video in which I'm setting myself up with a goal, and I'm going to work with you as we set up that goal and go through the steps that I take to properly achieve that goal. So in actually achieving your goal, writing it down is the first step, and that's the most crucial step because you actually need to write it down for there to be an accountability factor to the goal. And whether you use a book or whether you use a computer, that is totally up to you. Just have something that's going to be easily accessible for you, something that you can make notes on, something that you can change around, something you can track your progress on. In fact, in 1979, the Harvard MBA Business School conducted a study in which they found that 84% of the class had set no goals at all, 13% of the class had set goals but no concrete plans, and the remaining 3%, the smallest part, had set goals and had set concrete plans. 10 years later, the students that made up the small 3% of the population of the class were actually making 10 times as much as the rest of the 97% of the population. So this goes to show how important it is not to only set goals, but to also have a written plan in place. So let's jump into the process. Today I'm actually going to be working on my computer and using a productivity tool called Notion to actually set my goals and follow through with it. Looking at the goal setting process itself from top to beginning, we've got 6 steps, alright? The first question is, why is this a goal for you and is it an appropriate one? The second thing, what are you willing to give up to achieve this goal? Third thing, plan your goal, write it down and set a plan. Be specific, have a time frame, make it relevant, research the goal. And the fourth step, actually take action. The fifth step, reflect and adjust as you go along your plan. And the sixth step, when you get to the end, reflect on the overall process. So today's goal that I'm setting myself is actually related to the YouTube channel that we have. And that is to get 250 subscribers on this YouTube channel. The first question that I asked myself, why is this a goal for you? And honestly, I cannot emphasize this question enough because the thing is, a lot of people always have different sorts of goals. Maybe they just want to get fit, or maybe they want to, find someone to get into a relationship, or maybe just chase the money in your life. And I think you have to stop yourself and actually ask this question. Why is this goal for you, right? It shouldn't be driven by external factors. It shouldn't be driven by the society. It should be driven by why this is actually important to you. And maybe it is the money, or maybe it is about getting ripped and looking good. Whatever it is, it's got to come from within, because majority of the time, if we're driven by a goal that's not actually our own goal, it's just something the society portrays, or maybe your friend's doing, or someone else is doing, you're not actually going to make the goal work. It's not going to happen. So if you have a goal like that, and then you assess it and you say you actually can't find a reason for it, maybe that's not a goal that you should actually be taking on. Maybe that's not something that you genuinely do want to take on. So why is it that I want to get more subscribers on YouTube? This gives me a chance to be creative. It allows me to share my thoughts and feelings with the world. And in doing so, I hope that I can make a difference to people's lives while doing that. There's also a possibility that this could turn into a passive income for me. And for those reasons, I think they're valid enough for me to chase the goal that I've set for myself of gaining more subscribers on my YouTube channel. Moving on from step 1, we go to step 2. Another crucial question. What are you willing to give up to achieve this goal? And if you don't ask yourself this, you may as well forget about the goal. Because the reality is, in the process of achieving your goal, in the process of doing things, there are sacrifices that have to be made. In every step along the way, there is an opportunity cost. So in doing so, what am I willing to give up to achieve this goal? So the first thing that springs to mind, and actually what I have to give up to achieve this goal, is time and effort. Look, both of these are so crucial in actually achieving this goal. And the reality is I actually do have time to give up to achieve this goal. And because of that reason, I am willing to give up the time, and I'm ready to give up my effort and other factors that I can put my time into this and achieve this goal. So the second thing is the YouTube channel actually opens up my life to the rest of the world. And this can be very intrusive. And look, people are always out there to criticize you. They're always out there to make you a laughing stock or, say you're not doing it right. And look, that makes me nervous. But the truth is the benefits outweigh the costs. And by me doing this, I'm ready to give up the fact that it's going to be intrusive to my world, because I feel that I can be creative, I can share my opinions, and I can actually provide useful content to people. And look, maybe 90% of the population that are watching my video don't enjoy it, which I really hope it's not the case. But let's say it is. The remaining 10%, if they do enjoy the video and actually find it to be useful, that's great. I feel like I've at least made a difference to someone's life. It actually provided insight or useful information to someone's life. And to me, that's a win. So the first two questions have been answered. And look, a lot of times when I was learning about goals, these two were never really talked about, because it's almost as if when you set yourself up for a goal, you just have to achieve it. But I think this is so relevant in actually setting yourself up with goals that are meaningful and actually useful to your life, and actually asking yourself the honest questions of what you're really willing to give up. Because if you don't have these questions here, you may not be working towards a goal that you really want to achieve, and once again you may fail at the end of it and feel demoralized. So you have to ask yourself these questions and answer them as honestly as you possibly can. So step 3 is about planning your goal and actually tracking your progress. The most crucial step in actually whether you're going to achieve your goal or not going to achieve your goal. I've got 4 points here, which are the things that I consider when actually setting out to the goal that I want to achieve. The first thing is be specific on your goal. In my case, 250 subscribers on my YouTube channel is what I want to achieve. And I feel that's very specific because there's a number in place, it's measurable, easy to understand. Time-bound goal obviously has to have a time frame in mind. It can't just go off into infinity and just keep repeating itself, like a New Year's resolution. You need to have a time frame in mind by when you want to achieve this goal. For me, that's going to be the end of this year. I'm hoping to achieve this, it's at about 3-4 months left. So I'm going to change this to the end of the year. Third point is be realistic with your goal. And this is not to curb you and say you should not dream big. You should definitely dream big. However, with the goals that you actually have, be realistic as to what you can achieve. I can't just put down I want to reach 1 million subscribers by the end of this year. Given the amount of videos I've posted and the following that I currently have, it's not going to grow at a rate like that. It's unreasonable for me to expect me to do that. And in fact, it's actually going to demoralize me when I get to the end of the year and I don't have that many subscribers. So be realistic with your goal. Otherwise, you won't be pushed to do more goals and actually achieve those goals. I feel that 250 subscribers is something that I can achieve by the end of this year, and hence why I put it at that number, and I feel that this has given me enough time to try and achieve that goal. Next point is research your goals, and I cannot emphasize how important this actually is, because this is going to help you to effectively and efficiently achieve the goals that you're actually setting out for yourself. The truth is there's so much information, there's so much content on the internet. So every time I want to do something, whether it's playing the guitar or go play some basketball or whatever it is, I go and research, right? I become a student of the craft. And so try and learn, become curious about it, because there's so much that you can learn, and there's so many ways you can do things smartly. It's not always about working hard, it's also about working smart. So research. In my case, I've done the research. I've actually, further below, I've got like resources for my research. And so one of my main ones I'm looking at is 12 ways to get more subscribers on YouTube. And I've been doing a little bit more research, and I will add to this quite frequently. Progress tracking. A very important step in actually monitoring your progress and seeing where you're getting. And I feel that this needs to be set up at the beginning so that every week or every 2 weeks or every month, however long your goal is, whether it's a short-term, mid-term or a long-term goal, you can actually track your progress and you can put results down. And that way it keeps you motivated, it keeps you wanting to continue to do this goal and achieve it by the end of this year. And it gives you the possibility to alter some of the goals that you might have. So what I've done for mine is, because it's a mid-term goal, it's actually longer than a month, it's actually about 4 months. I've split it out by 2 weeks each up until the end of the year, and it's pretty much the same sort of goal or mini goals that I've put within each 2-week span, given that with YouTube a lot of it's just posting more content and making sure you're actually hitting the right people, engaging the audience and doing the right things. And because of that, my mini goals for pretty much the whole next 16 weeks is to constantly post videos up. And so what I've got is in week 2, posting videos on the channel, but then in week 4, posting videos on the channel, and then researching whether the content I'm posting is useful and increasing subscribers, and reassess. And so I'll look into the analytics and research on YouTube and make sure that I'm actually doing the right thing. And so I've just got this on repeat up until the end of the year. And I might change this progress tracking at a later date, but it's there and it's given me a pathway or almost a platform to start off on. I've also got tick marks because I enjoy tick marks. Some people like crossing things off, so whatever works for you. And I've also got a column to say what my subscriber count is. So I'm going to monitor the subscriber count and make sure it is going up, make sure I'm doing all the right things to actually hit that goal that I have in mind. Step 4, take action. And look, you could do all the planning in the world, you could do all the organization skills, you can talk about it as much as you want to your friends and families. But until the time that you actually step out and go towards actually taking some sort of action to achieve your goal, you're not going to achieve that goal. So this is very simple and there's nothing more to say here. Do your best and give it a shot. That's how you're going to succeed in achieving your goal. Step number 5, reflect and adjust the plan as you go along. And the progress tracker is perfect for this. It gives you a chance to assess your mini goals and see whether you're on track or you're falling behind. And it also tells you whether your goals are too small for you, because you might have already hit your target. And if that's the case, you need to have bigger goals. So whatever it is, it gives you the chance to reassess and plan it all out. For example, let's take my case. If I hit the 250 subscribers by the end of the year, I guess I'm on track. If I hit it well before, I'm well ahead of my plan. But if I don't hit it by the end of the year, maybe that plan or my goal was too big. Whatever it is, I need to reassess and replan it as I go through the process. And maybe every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks, I'll reassess it. And this brings me to point number 6. Reflect when you get to the end of the time period for your goal. When you've reached the end time period, you got to ask yourself the questions: what went right? What went wrong? What are the things you could have done better? Did I take action? It gives you so much insight when you reflect on it once you've reached the end, because then you can assess how well you've actually fared against the goal. Did you keep up the progress tracking? Did you monitor your progress? Did you do all the things that you should have done? In addition to this, the reflection is so insightful. It will give you motivation to take on more goals, take on more tasks, and it'll also give you the ability to assess how you'd want to do this more efficiently and effectively the next time you would do this. So there you have it, guys. Those are the 6 steps that are going to help you to achieve your goals. I'll put them up one more time over here. So there you have it, guys. Those are the 6 steps that are going to help you to achieve your goals. And with that brings me to the end of this video. I really hope you guys have all enjoyed the video and learnt a thing or two from it. Make sure you hit that like button below if you've enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you want to follow me through this journey and you've enjoyed this video. I also want to know in the comments below, what are the goals that you've set yourselves? What are the ones that you've achieved? Alright, I'd love to hear about that. In addition to that, let me know what kind of videos you guys want me to make. Are you enjoying these sort of videos, or what else can I add to it? What kind of videos would you want to watch? Alright, thanks a lot, guys. See you next time.